do.
We have the numbers.
We do.
We shall test this thing.
Because we already had, this side about 80 people who stood up, who have voted May. So, and this was about 130.
Better make sure that those Baganda don't mobilize people. I put a question that the National Court Amendment Bill 2024 be read a second time. Those in favor say aye. Aye. The ayes have it.
Coffee Amendment Bill 2024, Bills Committee stage.
Right, Honourable Speaker.
Bills Committee stage.
Speaker, thank you, Right Honourable. Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker.
First, make your members sit before you contribute.
Procedure.
That's what the rules say.
No, we are protesting. Right Honourable Speaker, allow me. Right Honourable Speaker, I can ask the colleagues to just be calm and listen as I draw your attention, Right Honourable Speaker, to Rule 101 of our Rules of Procedure, which provides for the Speaker to carry out a division under Rule 101B, where the Speaker has announced the results of the voice voting and immediately 40 or more members stand in their places signifying their disapproval of the outcome of the vote. Right Honourable Speaker, these are over 40 members and they are standing in disapproval of the vote that you have announced. So I would like to draw your attention, Right Honourable Speaker, to this our rule within our rules of procedure, that we actually now conduct the voting another way, by roll call, by division, so that it is clear.
You pretend like serving good food, yet you know very well that you have poison in that food. You know the curse you are creating for your family. You know what coffee means to most of our families. Why are you serving one person instead of the whole country? You mean you don't know? You mean you don't know what you are doing? We know that you are serving poison, pretending that you are giving us good food. I strongly deviate from what you are trying to bring to this house. I beg to submit.
I love our country, and this is what we call home. It's not about regions. Right Honourable Speaker, I want to thank the House and also encourage them to keep being objective when we're deliberating on some of these matters. Honourable Bright Ramirama, the Minister for Agriculture as of now, Right Honourable Speaker, I want this House, before even you debate the report for coffee, interest yourself in the Auditor General's report on agriculture for the financial year 22-23. Right Honourable Speaker, good enough I came with it. Right Honourable Speaker, we had, no please, this is my time. We had a scenario where, Right Honourable Speaker, we had...
Honourable members, I have said, let's be calm.
Right Honourable Speaker, I would expect my sizement, Honourable Ogwang, to respect the fellow member. Yes, because in any case they will tell you to stand up. No, that's it.
But
Madam Speaker, Now that
Namuga is right. That's a size mate.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker, for protecting, and we must appreciate nature. Right Honourable Speaker, we are looking at two things, objectively. For me, I'm looking at the performance of an entity as of now that intends to take over responsibility of an authority. Right Honourable Speaker, all of you colleagues remember the issue of the foot and mouth disease. This is the same ministry that failed to manage that disaster when it happened. They were given money, failed to procure the vaccines, and we had over a million dose vaccines that expired within the stores. They expired. Yes. Two, they bought goats in the same report. You bought goats and all of them died.
Seungu first, then Alan.
thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, one of the most bright people in the army during that time is Honorable Bright Ramirama here. And if he takes history of Masaka, when they captured Masaka, one of the resources they used to win the war was coffee. You took coffee, signatures made by General Eddie Tumwine the late, may so rest in peace, and that's how, and Leyland vehicles. That was coffee marketing board. Later on, you killed the coffee after taking government. And the people have fought their battle using UCDA to come back. Bugolobi is nowhere. All the cooperatives are nowhere. People have started growing their coffee, and UCDA has given them support. Why do you fear people becoming rich? Why? Why do you fear people having money? Statistics in our constituencies show that because of coffee and UCDA giving them seedlings, people have got money. They are paying fees for their children. They are taking them to St. Mary's College. They are even paying money in government USE schools where you are not giving enough funds. But here you are trying to bring penalty by meandering back to the system. Kindly, Honorable Bright Rambirama, go to Isinjiro, where you come from. You know the bananas being grown there. Were they there at that time? What have you done to the horticulture? Obote, left coffee marketing board, lint marketing board, and produce for all other agricultural products.
Lutamaguzi.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, when you had just become a Speaker of this August House, you say to the public that this is a people-centered parliament.
Don't put me into
I withdraw, Right Honourable
your
Speaker.
submission.
Don't
put
withdraw,
me.
Right Honourable Speaker.
No. Go straight to the bill,
Yes,
the coffee.
Right Honourable Speaker, being a coffee farmer, the people of Nakaseka I represent in this August House are saying no to rationalization. In the following, in the history we have ever had coffee marketing board, it went. We had the cooperatives, they went. There is no way you can cut a hand that feeds you, honorable ministers here. The economy you are talking about today is boosted by UCDA. One of the sectors that boosts this economy is UCDA. Unless there are pressures behind. I had the report which was read by the chair. It was very clear apart from the conclusion. So therefore, being a member of parliament, Right Honourable Speaker, a coffee farmer, and the defender of people down there in the villages of Nakaseka and across the country, including you, the Speaker, because in the beginning you told us you are also a coffee farmer. We are saying no to rationalization. Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker, for this opportunity. First of all, I want to respond to what the Minister said, that actually they have so many bodies doing the same work like the ministry. Right Honourable Speaker, I come from a family that has been growing coffee for a long time, from my great-grandparents to my grandparents to my parents. So I know when coffee is thriving, I know when the prices are low, I know when they're affected, and I think I'll give you advice that in the 60s, our parents managed to go to good schools because coffee was thriving. In the 80s, it went down. People used to market coffee using cooperatives, and then when they were abolished, removed, they failed. Coffee went down, the prices went low. It is only this time. For the coffee farmers, they usually sell coffee in tins, and that tin now costs 40,000. It has never happened before. It's because UCDA has been doing good. They have been making sure that we store our coffee well. They look for markets. They improve on our
your bill is coming.
The way coffee is being handled.
The minister is here.
Honorable Ramilama, I need to inform you that a decision to abolish UCDA is going to cost your government a lot. Because our farmers are saying, regardless of the toughness of UCDA, we still want it to exist because we are seeing good results. Please don't trade this way. Otherwise, you're going to pay for this. Because our coffee farmers, us the coffee farmers, we are saying we must.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, and for the opportunity, because the youths of Buganda, and most especially those of Luwelo, would feel cheated if you had not given me the opportunity. Madam Speaker, UCDA should remain independent and not be rationalized because of the reasons the chairperson stated well yesterday in the report. Like, we all know and notice that it contributes a lot, actually doubles the revenue it sends to the consolidated fund than the budget it is allocated of about 42 billions. So it contributes about 82 billions, which doubles the budget allocated to it. And Madam Speaker and members, there are issues that affect farmers in UCDA. Let's try to work on those issues so that we sustain our farmers, most especially the youths who are employed by UCDA, and there are about 12.5 million people. So, Right Honorable Speaker, of late, coffee, a kilogram of coffee is about 13,000 because of the quality assurance UCDA has put in place for our people. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Right Honorable. I stand here to say that UCDA should remain. It shouldn't be dissolved. I come from a region that grows coffee. I am a coffee farmer myself. 80% of my people, the ones I represent, grow coffee. UCDA has helped and given an enabling environment for the farmers in my district to grow coffee. They have trained them. They have helped them to know how to plant coffee better. They have helped them in harvesting coffee so that when their coffee is sent on the market, it's of good quality. Now, if UCDA is dissolved, we are going to reverse all those gains. I want to say that I'm siding with the members of parliament who are saying that UCDA should not be dissolved. Honorable Minister, we are debating here, but we are representing millions of Ugandans who are surviving because of coffee. I grow because of how coffee helped my parents to pay for me school fees. There are many children out there who are surviving because of coffee. Coffee Development Authority should not be dissolved.
Honorable members, I want to welcome you back from the voting exercise under the division lobby. It must be noted that we had to take the vote through a division lobby because there was a contestation of the results of the voice voting under Rule 101 of the Rules of Procedure. And as the custodian of the rules, I listen to all sides, to everybody. And therefore, I really want to urge you, members, to have faith and in the capacity of a presiding officer, other than being impartial, and presiding officers always try their best to be fair. And I want to inform you that the voting record of today is going to be part of the official parliamentary record, and it should be uploaded in the parliamentary information system for future reference. For future reference. If you want to know who voted, who did not vote, you should be able to vote. And we went to vote, we went for voting because we did not believe in the results. I now want to announce the results. The nays had 77. Congratulations. The ayes had 159. So the ayes and abstainees are nil. So the ayes have it, and I adjourn the House and dine.
The Honorable Speaker.
Members, let's speak faster. So many people want to speak.
Yes. The Honorable Speaker, according to the 3 reports which were read yesterday here from the chairperson of the committee and the 2 minority reports, they stipulate it very clearly that UCDA should not go to the Ministry of Agriculture. I listened very clearly. I know Honorable Linda is my good friend. Let me hope that you were not intimidated. Let me hope that you were not intimidated, because the way you presented the report, it was a good report. But the way you concluded, it looked like...
You make your submission.
Right Honorable Speaker, according to the reports which were presented here yesterday, it clearly stipulates that UCDA should not go to the ministry.
Thank you. Connie.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, I want to thank the chairperson for the report. The report clearly gave the role of UDCA, among which was that market standards are fulfilled. It also said it provides timely prices on a daily basis. Right Honorable Speaker, if at all, the chairperson also indicated that when UCDA has no conflicting roles with MAIF. Now, if at all she gave all those good compliments to UCDA, then why did the conclusion become the way it came? Right Honorable Speaker, Bugisu, if you remove UCDA, it's like you are draining the blood of the whole of Bugisu, because they depend on coffee. I rightly want to side with the minority report which says that UCDA should remain, because it has done a great thing to see that the livelihood of Ugandans, especially in Bugisu, depends on it. I want to thank you.
Juliet,
I not only represent farmers,
Fred,
but I myself am also a farmer. Moreover, a serious one, a coffee farmer. Right Honorable Speaker, I listened very well to all the 3 reports. All of them collaborated when it came to the contributions of agencies. Right Honorable Speaker, this institution, Parliament, is very good at backbenching. When you go for backbenching, we not only look at the benchmarking, we not only cater for the strong areas, but also areas of weaknesses. Right Honorable Speaker, the reports were all clear that countries which are doing well as far as coffee is concerned. They all do it not through their respective ministries, but under agencies. The reports also showed that the countries that have decided to rationalize, they've ended up backsliding. So, Right Honorable Speaker, we should always learn from even the mistakes of others.
Yes,
Thank
Fred.
you. Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, yesterday,
You'll speak.
when I was listening
You'll
to the
all
report,
speak. You mean Alan has not spoken? Okay, Fred, then Alan.
Madam Speaker, when I was listening to the report of the committee being presented by the able chairperson, I looked at the observations, then I smiled. I knew that is the daughter of a historical to this country. Madam Speaker, when it came to the conclusion, I got lost whose daughter made the conclusion. Madam Speaker, she made it very clear that the reason behind RAPEX was to eliminate those agencies which were parasiting on the treasury of this country. That was very... She made it clear to this house that UCDA is not a parasite to this country. She made it very clear. That's why I saluted her. Madam Speaker, we are talking about the livelihood of people. Madam Speaker, my grandmother is watching this debate. She tried the moringa brought by this ministry.
You still
it
have
failed.
a grandmother?
Yes, she's there. She's watching. She tried the moringa under the ministry. It failed. She tried the caterpillars under the ministry. It failed. She tried aloe vera chigaji under the ministry. It failed. Now the coffee
Isaiah
under the watchful hand of the ministry. Madam Speaker, we said no to UCDA
then
and they're not
Isaiah.
taking our coffee. Thank you very much.
Alan, Isaiah, Kirabo, Mariamo. I
Thank
am
you,
coming
Madam
down.
Speaker.
What is the problem?
Thank you, Madam Speaker, for giving me way. Madam Speaker, I'm not talking as a coffee farmer, but I'm talking as a coffee consumer who represents coffee consumers of Makindye and Kampala at large and some other areas. As a coffee consumer, I'm now much worried about the quality of coffee which will be supplied to us in the market. Because UCDA has been ensuring quality coffee in the market in Uganda and outside Uganda. So if it is taken to the Agriculture Ministry, we are very worried as consumers that our much favored coffee will not be favored in the whole market because of the lackluster way of the Agriculture Ministry, the way they do things, not concentrating on that type of quality of the bean of coffee. So, Madam Speaker, that's why I'm not supporting the rationalization of our Uganda Coffee Development Authority, because as consumers and businessmen, we are going to suffer with the poor quality coffee being produced under the supervision of the Agriculture Ministry. I beg to move, Madam Speaker.
Isaiah, Kirabo.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker.
Koluo, you don't know about coffee. Koluo.
Right Honorable Speaker, I am a coffee farmer. I'm a chairperson of a primary society. I am a board member to the Bogedde Cooperative Union.
I know what I am saying.
And quite often, I've been coming to office, Madam Speaker, getting permission.
And bringing me coffee.
Yes, to leave this parliament and I represent farmers of Bogedde in the international market. Even 2 days back, I've just come from Tocho, Madam Speaker. But when you go to the international market, Madam Speaker, it's not about the quantity of coffee you have. It's about the quality of coffee. And the quality of coffee always has a regulator. Quality of coffee starts from the nursery bed, where it is grown, where it is raised, up to the harvesting, up to the processing, up to the exporting. Now there must be an authority for that matter, which must ensure the control and of quality of the coffee as it starts from the nursery bed. Madam Right Honorable Speaker and members, if you go to the statistics of coffee export and you go to the international market, Uganda is doing very well. Initially, we could have a few bags of coffee export, but by God's grace, coffee is all over the whole of Uganda. You go to Eastern Uganda, massively they have planted. You go to Northern, they have started. Uganda needs UCDA today than even before, because we need that regulator to ensure the quality supply of coffee.
There's information from another coffee grower.
I'll take it with your permission, if my time will not.
Thank you so much. Madam Speaker, I'm a serious coffee farmer, and I worked in the coffee sector for 7 years. The information I want to give is about coffee. Coffee is a very delicate crop, that the regulation starts from planting materials up to the cup. Now, I want you to imagine what would motivate this coffee specialist who has been with a big experience, earning 12 million, agreeing to go for 1,900,000 in government of Uganda and continue to earn that and doesn't compromise the quality of coffee. Madam Speaker, I'm not objecting or not opposed to the government policy of rationalization. But what I want to warn is that government should consider that the moment somebody is motivated to go for 900,000 when he has been earning 12 million as a senior officer, it will either bring corruption or neglect of work. Therefore, the ministry should know that we either maintain the salary structure of these people to maintain their expertise. Otherwise, we shall lose the quality of coffee by negligence and by corruption. I thank you for information.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for the information.
Thank you.
Madam Speaker, as I conclude. Madam Speaker, as I conclude.
Yes.
From areas we have moved, you'll always see an official from the export board of that country working together with the Minister of Agriculture and working together with the agency like UCDA. They work hand in hand. If UCDA had maybe some inadequacies or some challenges, I believe if they had so, what could be better is to work on the challenges UCDA has. But most of them, you'll discover that from limited funding, government gives it. Because some of those exports, they don't go. So I could support the minority report on behalf of the people of Dadili East, the people of Soronko, the people of Bugisu as a region. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Listened very well to the minister. He was suggesting a transition of 3 years.
Yes.
And Honorable Bogedde-Emwanyi came in and gave in a transition of 5 years. Madam Speaker, they are not giving us a justification. And some people are suggesting 10 years. Others are suggesting 20 years.
Honorable Minister. Honorable Minister. This young man here has a very good, bright future. The young boy is asking you, what is the justification of the 3 years? No, the young MP is very brilliant. That is a very good question.
Madam Speaker,
no, you'll come, Honorable Minister. You take note.
Yes.
He has a very pertinent question.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, the minister is not giving us a justification. And even Honorable Bogedde-Emwanyi failed. Therefore, Madam Speaker, why are we legislating in anticipation? Why don't you wait until the 3 years elapses, or even 10, or even 5?
So you agree that we give the 3 years to elapse, then we legislate?
Madam Speaker, I'm recommending.
You're recommending?
I'm recommending like this. I'm recommending finally. we are not allowed to legislate in anticipation. Therefore, I recommend we maintain the status quo and we don't rationalize UCDA. Thank you.
Derek.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Thank you, Madam Speaker. Colleagues are here arguing that I'm not a farmer, but I have farmers, and I'm a businessman.
Honorable members, Derek's voters are farmers. Yes.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. And they are into business of coffee. They buy coffee, and I want to talk as a businessman.
They should even see your size.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. They are into business, and I want to talk, and I want to address this in a business angle.
A perspective.
Yeah. In business, let us assume this is government in business, and we have been accredited to do business and given the license. And today, we're opting for something to clear an agency that has been accredited to opt for 5 years or 10 years without getting a license to operate, which is going to be a loss to the nation, to the farmers, and it is also going to put us in a situation.
I want you to address this issue that Derek is raising very clearly. No, don't go. You people, what Derek is raising is very, very pertinent on the issue of accreditation. So we need that brought out very clearly. Yes, you continue.
Madam Speaker, if only the Minister could address on that and give us assurance, we do believe, yes, I submit.
Thank you. I told you Derek was giving a very good point.
Thank you, Right Honorable
Sebamala.
Right Honorable Speaker, I heard very well the Minister.
Sebamala, Solo.
And the Minister was talking about the government wanting to rationalize because the government loves the coffee farmers and wants to support them. And I wanted to tell the Honorable Minister that at the time the bill was returned to Parliament, as members of the Buganda Parliamentary Caucus, we took responsibility to consult people from different areas. We went to Butambala, we went to Mityana, we went to Luwero, we went to Buddu, we went to Buyikwe, and many other parts of the country. And the people that you're talking about, Honorable Minister, those coffee farmers that you're talking about, that you want to help, that you want to support, that you're doing it for them, those coffee farmers are saying they do not want the rationalization. So if you're doing it for Ugandans, the Ugandans are saying, please do not rationalize.
But Honorable Speaker, I come from Bukoma Simbi, a place that leads in coffee farming. And I'm a Muganda who comes from here. Buganda has suffered a lot with the poverty. That's why the Katikiro echoed the Kawakazi voice.
Don't tribalize our coffee.
I'm not tribalizing, but I come from Buganda and I'm a Muganda. So let me speak about the reality. That's why the Katikiro of Buganda echoed Kawakazi voice to grow more coffee. And through a Manterimba initiative. Right Honorable Speaker, on behalf of the people we represent, we say it's not only improper, but even a crime to rationalize UCDA.
Thank you. Christian. Madam Teacher.
Right Honorable Speaker, I thank you so much. Once again, I would like to put it right that when the Minister tells us that removing accreditation from UCDA is as simple as bringing another one. Right Honorable Speaker, accreditation does not base on Ugandan standards. This accreditation is international, and we cannot say we have control over the rationale or criteria for accreditation. Once it is international, we already worried with the way we bargain here, which other institution can really play in. Right Honorable Speaker, I'd like also to draw my attention to the chairperson. Chairperson, of all the people you consulted in your committee, what was the final decision? Did they tell you to rationalize or not? So the committee was supposed to come up with a solution, a conclusion, summarizing the submissions of all the people that were consulted. But I'm worried. The biggest percentage says don't rationalize, and the committee conclusion says rationalize. Right Honorable Speaker, killing somebody today and bury that person 3 years after is the same. You have already killed. So it's better don't kill now, wait for 3 years to kill that person. So this business of let's kill it now, but bury 3 years or 5 years later is not good to us, Right Honorable Speaker.
Right Honorable Speaker, I wish to thank you. Right Honorable Speaker, 32 years ago, Right Honorable Specioza Kazibwe led this House as the Minister of Agriculture to come up with UCDA. On that day, Parliament, I've been looking through the answer, Madam Speaker. Parliament unanimously agreed that to allow the coffee growing, marketing, and value addition to thrive, there needed to be a standalone authority to handle this matter. 32 years later, Madam Speaker, UCDA has not let us down. The story has turned from bad, from the coffee wilty disease, to good, to better, to excellency, where we are now among the top 10 in the world as Uganda. Madam Speaker, today if you were to move UCDA to the ministry, who of the two should learn from the other? Because after 32 years without you handling a business, and then all of a sudden you come back, and when you read through the proposal to abolish UCDA, you will find that the workers now are going to be spread in different ministries. That means that we are going to lose all this institutional memory. And I don't know why a parent, because even in the Act itself, the ministry is given a very big role.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, with the unemployment challenges Uganda faces, the report clearly brought it out that UCDA has managed to employ 12.5 million people. So we can't stand a chance of taking all these people back to nowhere when we rationalize UCDA. Lastly, Right Honorable Speaker, I beg that with the report from the major report, we need to double the budget for UCDA. This is the opportunity we have for the good contributions it has done.
Right Honorable Speaker, I will stand here to tell my fellow members
listen.
that I'm not only a coffee farmer, but also an exporter. I have been in this business for quite some time. Coffee development has very many stages, from growing, that is seedlings, the type of soil, transportation, all those steps employ Ugandans to export. And the quality of coffee is what makes us stand out in the international market. It is what those people out there are looking for. I want the minister, why I discern and I don't want actually to talk about dissolving UCDA is one. I want us to tell us how far you are, what steps you have taken, how far you are from within all those steps of, of coffee production, of the coffee value chain. Where are you? What shows that you're doing something before you even dissolve UCDA? so that we can, we can say 3 years. You will say that you won't even need you don't even need only 3 years to go ahead.
I would like to thank the chairman. The person who read the chairperson of the committee for the wonderful report she gave, apart from the conclusion. I liked every bit of it because she really brought it out that there was nothing that was repeated or, and everything, but the conclusion was, that's where we diverted, we deviated from each other. And my point here is, Madam Speaker, when you look at history, we had the cash crops. We had the coffee, cotton, tobacco, and tea. All those cash crops, they actually mapped that cotton is northern, I think tobacco West Nile, and then tea some parts. And there are organizations that run all these. There was Lint Marketing Board for cotton.
Bw'anoonya essomero erinaateekateeka omwana wo mu magezi n'okutya Mukama, Agape Christian Secondary School Ekyungu Mukono gy'oba omutwala.
Ssomero lya one A-level eri abawala n'abalenzi era nga lisomesa arts ne sciences.
Lyawandiisibwa Ministry y'ebyenjigiriza era nga lirina ne UNEB Center number.
Science ne computer laboratory zijjudde ebikozesebwa era nga balina ebyemikono saako eby'obulimi n'obulunzi.
Endabirira y'abaana nnungi n'ebyokwerinda biri gguluggulu. Anti-security cameras weeziri ku ssomero. Bafa ku bitone by'abaana okuyita mu kuyimba n'ebyemizannyo.
Balina bursaries okuva mu America ne mu Bwakabaka bwa Buganda. Agape Christian Secondary School basanga Ekyungu Mukono okyamira ku Bank of Africa kilomita 1.5 ng'otuuse.
Bakubire ku noti 771 214 592 oba noti 754 552 498.
Agape Christian Secondary School, trust in divine providence.
Agape Christian School, that school.